What's going on, guys? Welcome to another episode of Javier the Realtor. As you know, this channel is intended to keep you guys updated with the real estate market as well as the hottest new inventory in Southern California. However, being that the elections are right around the corner, my team and I have decided to digress from the norm and bring you guys a bonus episode where I will be breaking down each one of the 12 propositions to keep you guys well informed and understand them a little better and know what to expect on the ballot. Follow me. First one up, Prop 14. A vote yes supports $5.5 billion bonds into the state stem cell research institute. A vote no opposes it. Back in 2004, voters approved $3 billion in bonds and established a state constitutional right to conduct stem cell research. So, who should vote for Prop 14 to pass? Anybody who's interested into furthering research which could provide treatment for a number of brain and nervous system disease, like Parkinson's disease. A vote against Prop 14 would be a vote against allocating $5.5 billion of California taxpayer money. This would also be for people who believe that stem cell research is unethical. This is highly controversial, and I encourage you to do your own research. Today, we're strictly speaking about what each proposition seeks to change and create. Next one, Prop 15. A yes vote would require commercial and industrial properties to be taxed based on their market value as opposed to the purchase price. A vote no, however, would continue to tax commercial and industrial properties based on purchase price. Prop 15 would not affect current residential taxes. This is called a split. If voted for, the initiative would be phased in over the next 5 years, and it comes with a couple of exceptions. Okay, the ballot initiative would generate between $8 and $12 billion in revenue per year. The revenue would benefit schools, colleges, and local governments. A yes vote would repeal Proposition 209, which stated that the government and public institutions cannot discriminate against or grant preferential treatment to persons on the basis of race, sex, color, ethnicity, or national origin in public employment, education, and contract. A no vote would keep Proposition 209 in effect, which banned the use of affirmative action involving race-based or sex-based preferences in California. There is more to Proposition 209 than meets the eyes. This quick summary does not encompass all the nuances in Proposition 209. Therefore, I encourage you to check out the proposition in detail and do your own research. A link will be in the description below so you can check out Proposition 209. Prop 17. A yes vote would allow people on parole for felony convictions to be able to vote. A no vote continues to prohibit people who are on parole for felony convictions to be able to vote. Prop 18. A yes vote would allow 17-year-olds who will be 18 at the time of the next general election to be able to vote in primary elections as well as special elections. A no vote opposes the constitutional amendment. Prop 19. A yes vote supports the following. Pause if you need to. A vote no keeps the status quo. You didn't pause, did you? A keyword is reassessment. It means that a house will be taxed annually at current market value rather than purchase price. Currently, if your parent or grandparent transfers a home to you, your annual taxes will be based off the original purchase price with the first $1 million exempt from reassessment. A vote yes adds a few caveats. It will remove the exemption if the child doesn't make the home their primary residence. That means that if it doesn't become your primary home, then you will pay annual taxes at current market value price if Prop 19 passes. This would generate a revenue in the millions of dollars, which will then be redistributed towards public schools, local governments, and fire protection. Prop 20. A yes vote adds crimes to the list of violent felonies for which early parole is restricted. It will recategorize certain types of theft and fraud crimes as wobblers, which are currently chargeable as misdemeanors or felonies, and require DNA collection for certain misdemeanors. A no vote opposes the initiative. If you believe in stricter sentencing for misdemeanors and do not favor early parole, then a yes on this ballot will support that. If you believe the state should be more forgiving and allow better parole and shorter sentencing, then a no will support those beliefs. There's a lot more to go over, and I suggest that you look at the link in the description to see a detailed proposition from the Attorney General's office. Prop 21. A yes vote would allow local governments to enact rent control on housing that was first occupied over 15 years ago, with an exception for landlords who own no more than 2 homes with distinct titles. A no vote, however, would continue to prohibit rent control on houses that were first occupied after February 1st, 1995, and housing units with distinct titles such as single-family homes. Renting in California, especially in the big cities, has been far from affordable, and this bill seeks to do something about it. The question is whether that will have the right impact or not. What do you guys think is the best solution to having more affordable housing while respecting the landlord's responsibilities at the same time? Landlords often have a mortgage to pay and they count on your rent. Prop 22. This is a big one because we all need those Uber drivers, to bring us home after a night of one too many drinks. A yes vote will define rideshare and delivery drivers as independent contractors and adopt labor and wage policies specific to them. It will cancel Assembly Bill 5. A no vote opposes this, meaning that Assembly Bill 5 from 2019 could be used to decide whether app-based drivers are employees or independent contractors. This one is one of the hot topics. It seeks to undo AB 5, which is not very popular right now. Prop 22 would put rideshare drivers in a category similar to 1099 independent contractors while offering certain minimums and protections. It is important to know that yes on Proposition 22 has received over $184 million combined from the big five app-based rideshare and delivery companies. As for independent contractors, aka the driver, what does it mean? It offers the following benefits. Pause so you can read it at your own pace. But there is a caveat. Under Prop 22, a driver's engaged time is considered between accepting a service request and completing the request. Oftentimes, drivers are waiting during downtime, which would not count towards those average weekly hours. During busy weekends and rush hour, you do not need to worry so much about downtime. However, due to the global shutdown and the pandemic, downtime has skyrocketed. Prop 23. A yes vote requires dialysis clinics to have an on-site physician while patients are being treated, report data on dialysis-related infections, obtain consent from the state health department before closing a clinic, and not discriminate against patients based on the source of payment for care. A no vote opposes this ballot initiative. Prop 23 would give the state and local governments more control and oversight on dialysis clinics to ensure ethical service and data reporting. Prop 24. A yes vote expands the state's consumers' data privacy laws, allowing consumers to tell businesses to not share their personal information and create a privacy protection agency. A no vote opposes this ballot initiative. Remember in 2018 when you received tons of emails about all the companies' new consumer privacy terms? It was global. This is it, all over again in California. It requires companies to be a little more transparent with what it does with consumer data that it collects. Here are the main things that Prop 24 will require businesses to do. Go ahead and pause. Did you pause? I told you to pause. Prop 25. A yes vote supports Senate Bill 10, which would replace cash bail with risk assessments for detained suspects awaiting trial. A no vote, however, is to repeal the contested legislation, Senate Bill 10, thus keeping in place the use of cash bail for detained suspects awaiting trial. Risk assessment is a way to assign a score to people to see whether they can be released before trial or if they should remain in jail without ability to leave. If you're not a fan in the way the justice system in California uses a cash bail system, then voting yes will replace it with risk assessment. If you believe the system currently works, then vote no and keep the status quo. And these are all the main propositions you will find in this year's California voter ballot. Be sure to look at the links in the description, as I highly encourage you to inform yourself with all the different propositions. It is important to see who is behind all these funds and if they have your best interest or just a great expensive PR firm. Let me know in the comments your thoughts for the proposition. Which one stood out to you and do you think they have a great impact on you directly? I hope you have a great week, and if you like what you saw, don't forget to like, share, comment, and subscribe. Till next time, Javier the Realtor.